This video talks you through the listening test. At the start of the listening test, you have 1 minute to read the instruction screen. You are reminded that the audio will start automatically and you cannot pause or replay it once you click next or the minute elapses. One thing to point out here is that instead of 2 minutes being available at the end of the listening test, for computer-based testing, this time has been split between the 3 parts, with about 20 seconds available after each Part A audio, all of the Part B audios, and each Part C audio to check your answers. You will not be able to return to previous sections once they are complete, so it's important to use these extra seconds to make sure all of your answers are complete before moving on. When I click Next, I'm going to allow a minute of the instructions to play so you can hear the audio coming through, and then mute the sound so I don't have to talk over the top of it.
Occupational English Test, Sample Test 1, Listening Test. This test has 3 parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound. You'll have time to read the questions before you hear each extract, and you'll hear each extract once only. Complete your answers as you listen.
The layout of the questions in Listening Part A is the same as for the paper-based version of the test, and you can scroll down to see all the questions for the first recording during the 30 seconds provided for reading on the audio. You will type your answers as you listen and can click the mouse or use the Tab keyboard button to move quickly through the available answer spaces. Remember to only write the word or short phrase that you hear in the audio so that the assessor can read your whole answer on the screen. I'm going to move on to the second extract now, and you'll see I get a prompt to check this decision because I haven't answered the questions and the audio is still playing, which means time is still remaining. I'm going to say yes because this is just to show you around, but in your live test it is best to use all of the time available so you complete all of the questions and check your answers in the time allowed. Extract 2 of Part A is the same. The audio starts automatically once the page loads, but will pause to give you 30 seconds reading time to scroll up and down to read the notes before the consultation starts. Again, you type your answers as you listen. Let's move on to Part B. In Listening Part B, all of the questions are presented on one page, so you scroll down as you reach each question. The audio starts automatically once the Part B section loads, but will pause to give you 15 seconds to read each question before the speakers start. You need to choose the answer as you listen. As we saw in the tutorial, you can use the highlighting function to highlight words in the question. You can also make use of the strikeout functions to help you decide on your final answer. Remember that you only have to choose the answer you think is correct by clicking on the box containing that answer. The use of strikeout is optional. There is time allowed at the end of Part B to check your answers to the questions before moving on to Part C. Let's move on to Part C now. Like Part A, Part C is split into 2 audio extracts, with the 6 questions for that extract arranged on a single page. The audio will start automatically once the page loads, but will also pause to give you 90 seconds to read the questions before the presentation or interview starts. During the 90 seconds, you are able to use the highlight function on the questions if you find this helpful. While you are listening, the strikeout function is available, but remember this is optional. You only need to choose the answer you want by clicking on it. You don't also have to strike out the other options. Use the time at the end to check your answers. Extract 2 of the listening test is the same as the first one, and again you should make use of the seconds at the end to check your answers for these questions. That's the end of the listening test. I'm going to click Next to end the section early, as I did for the other parts of the listening test. In your test, if you make use of all the time allowed for the section, then the section you are working on will close and the next section will automatically load with a pop-up notice informing you that the time for this current section of the test has finished.